False ceilings are a terrific way to give a room a unique focal point, but they are a big project. Freeze on a layout before starting work and don't change plans while construction is underway unless there's a technical difficulty. Also, because they can be directly and inconvenient to install, try to get it done before you move into your new home. The most significant piece of advice is to conduct research and employ pros that know what they are doing and can complete the false ceiling design for your living room in a fast and effective way. You should get a false ceiling installed for your living room or not. When it comes to drop ceiling or false ceiling for your living room, there are a variety of styles, visual effects, shapes, textures, colors, sizes, and materials to choose from for your ceiling design. So you are sure to find something that suits to your tastes and the space. There are also some other benefits to consider while you are going with false ceiling design for your living room. Different type of light fittings can be housed in false ceilings to generate a variety of mood and ambient light effects. It also aids in the regulation of temperature and concealment of electrical and other networking lines. False ceilings for your living room also attenuate noise from the higher floor and can partially conceal sprinkler system without interfering with their operation. They save energy because the air-filled gap between the two layers regulates the temperature in the room. This is particularly evident in areas directly beneath building terrace. They also add in better air conditioning optimization because they minimize the total volume of a space requiring less cooling. With all of benefits of having and installing a living room false ceiling designs, you have to keep in mind that a suspended ceiling can close office space, so it may not be appropriate for smaller rooms or those with low ceilings. They can also serve as breeding ground for bugs and insects. Necessity constant pest treatment is very important. Water damage, mildew, and fungus can grow over time, and you may need to replace the entire living room false ceilings after a few years if you don't waterproof it properly. There are some points and tips and tricks that you have to keep in mind before you are going to install for your living room false ceiling. Height is one of the most crucial factor to consider while you are going to install living room false ceilings. To avoid a sagging false ceilings, a minimum of 9 feet between the false ceiling and the floor is recommended. To ensure safety, one must ensure that if you raise your hand, there is sufficient space between the false ceilings and the floor, so you don't knock chandeliers or other hanging stuffs off by the accident. Special attention should be paid to ensuring that fans are placed in strategic locations where the hand does not come into contact with it by accident. Wiring for your false ceiling is another point that you have to keep in mind. Plan your wiring layout ahead of time because it may determine the shape and the design of the living room false ceiling in some circumstances, especially if the false ceiling is recessed. You only require a portion of it or a border. False ceiling fans. Before false ceilings work, a hook must be fitted on the main ceiling slab for ceiling fans. This is especially true in the case of gypsum or other lightweight false ceilings designs for your living room. Lighting for false ceilings. While cove lighting draws attention to the ceiling, hidden downlights add to the space elegance. Wiring should be planned in all circumstances. Recessed lights can be arranged in advance, so there should be no gap between you cut the false ceiling to house these lights. Install the framework at the same time as the light. Hooks must be installed on the main ceiling for pendants and chandeliers. Hanging feature is another feature for false ceiling. In order to hang a heavy item such as swing or solid hook must be installed in the ceiling slab prior to constructing the false ceiling. For small space, simple design with clear lines and no ornate modeling is recommended. Make the most of the space between the two. All electrical lines, AC ducts, copper pipes and other piping are considered within the slab and false ceiling. For large room, if the space is large, choose from multiple tiered ceilings to add shapes, textures and finishes to generate drama. To make an effect, you can mix and combine materials, textures, colors, and finishes for your fall ceiling design. To border is a great option of modern fall ceiling design. Using a border around the walls allows you to keep the entire height of the ceiling while also providing a framework to hide wiring as well as placing ambient lighting. Maintenance and material is another factor that you have to consider. There are a variety of materials to pick from, whether you want an exposed grid system or a concealed grid system. Gypsum or plaster of Paris, known as POP sheets, the most widely used materials. Gypsum or pop sheets are less expensive, lightweight, and simple to install. They may be simply molded into any design, painted or covered with wallpaper. It is recommended that you install a security system for your safety. They require only occasional dusting and cleaning with a piece of plywood placed directly over the sheet for added strength. It is recommended that you repaint or wallpaper every 3 to 4 years.